chilly Friday afternoon here in the middle of January. We welcome you inside here to Shelton, Connecticut at the Sports Center of Connecticut for another edition of Post University Women's Ice Hockey. They come into this one at 6-18 overall, 6-12 in conference. Currently the number 7 seed in the New Hog Conference. Griffin Cast on hand. So glad you could tune in here on this Friday afternoon in Shelton on the TNN Network. And today's opponent is St. Anselm. The Hawks coming into this one as the number 2 seed in the New Ha. They are 13-9-1 overall, 13-4-1 in conference. Here we go. We are set for puck drop here in Shelton. So glad you could be with us here on this Friday afternoon. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for both squads. We'll start with the visiting St. Anselm Hawks. They are head coached by Jen Kindred in her 3rd season. She is assisted by Sarah Quigley in her 1st season. Their starters are forwards Brooklyn Schneiderhan, Maddie McCaffrey, Celesta Palucci, defenseman Brenna Martin, Maddie Russler, and in net is the freshman Courtney Stagman. Puck is dropped, and here we go. We are underway in Shelton. Starters for the Eagles is Tristan Curry, Tim Murray Grom, Maddie Noonan, Angeline Pitter, Sejal Desai, and in net is the captain, Grace Glassrud, the senior. Glassrud making her 14th start of the season with a save percentage of 91.9. She's allowed 40 goals in the back of the net, made 456 saves. And for the freshman, number 35, Courtney Stagman on the other side, making her 18th start of the year, a save percentage of 90.8. She has allowed 48 goals and made 472 saves. This is a very good team that the Eagles are facing here today. They've lost the first 2 matchups on November 3rd and November 4th. On November 3rd, it was 3-1, and then on November 4th, the most recent matchup, they lost 3-0. Huge storyline here for today. The Eagles have never beaten the Hawks in program history. 0-23 all time. The first matchup was on November 10th, 2017. And again, the last matchup, like I just alluded to, November 4th of 2023. So the Eagles playing with a lot of motivation here today. If the season were to end today, and we are on the back half of the year, including this one, there's a dangerous pass in front, saved by Glassrud. Including today, 10 games remain in the 23-24 regular season for your Eagles. So if the season were to end today, they would face off against St. Anselm in the quarterfinals of the NEWHA Conference Playoffs. St. Anselm, they play much worse on the road. They are 9-1-1 at home, 4-8 on the road. As it goes to Haley Tulo, wearing number 8 in the dark blue. Angles to the right circle. A shot deflected by Glassrud. Head coach for the Eagles, it's Gretchen Silverman in her 2nd season, assisted by assistant coach Chris Huntington in his 1st season. A little over 2 minutes gone here in the first period. Abigail Blair, the dump. And Glassrud will fall on it. And clock will stop at 17:51 here in the first period. The Eagles have won all 3 of the faceoffs here to start, 3-0. And make that 4-0. Angeline Pitter. Riley Patfield tries to get the outlet pass there to Jet Devlin, and it's taken by Jody Rose. This Hawks team, they have a lot of firepower. Natalie Tulchinsky, number 23, you'll be hearing a lot of her name. She leads the conference in points at 26, 12 goals and 14 assists on the season. The Hawks possess 3 of the 5 leaders in points in the conference. As that shot a little too high by Rose, it'll curve out to Pitter as she dumps it. Yeah, Natalie Tulchinski with 26 points leading the way in the Nuha Conference. Brooklyn Schneiderhan is number 4 at 19 points with 10 goals and 9 assists on the year. And then right behind her is the captain, Maddie McCaffrey, number 22, who has 17 points on the year, 9 goals, 8 assists. So the firepower is prevalent for this St. Anselm team. They can come at you in waves. And Sage will decide with the pass up front into the neutral zone. Selena McKevikis. Eagles are getting some shots on net here on this side of the ice. And controlling the puck is going to be a huge factor for the Eagles here in this one. You can't let this St. Anselm team just dictate the pace the entire way. They're bound to snipe through some goals. St. Anselm coming off of a split against Sacred Heart, as there's a shot deflected. This is on January 12th and the 13th, where they lost the first one 6-2 and then won the second one 1-0 in overtime. Natalie Tulchinski had that overtime game-winning goal. And for the Eagles, they are coming off of 2 victories against St. Michael's College on the road. On Friday, January 12th, they won 4-2, and then the next day they won 2-1. So the Eagles trying to build off of that momentum. Here's Tulchinski, nice move! Wrist shot saved by Glasser. That was fired by Juliana Herman, number 17 in the dark blue. Nearly 5 minutes gone here in the opening period. Again, so glad you were with us here at the Sports Center of Connecticut in Shelton, Connecticut. Eagles are 2-7 right here on this very ice, 4-11 on the road. All 6 of their wins coming in conference, 6-12 in the Nuha, the 7th seed. Nice pass in front. Kubicek tries to clear it out, and she's able to do so. St. Anselm takes it right back. Herman a shot. That will go out of play. With 14:21 to play here in the first period. 4 shots on goal for St. Anselm, 3 for post. Excuse me, 5 for St. Anselm, 3 for post, pardon me. Eagles now 6-0 in the face-off categories. Doing a great job controlling the face-off. As that one will go out of play. Talking about the firepower that this Hawks team possess, 8 different Hawks with double-digit point totals on the season. Again, Natalie Tulchinski with 26, leading the way in the conference. And St. Anselm strikes first. That is Grace Donovan putting it into the back of the nets. And just like that, not even 6 minutes in, the Hawks get their first goal on the board. That is Donovan's 11th goal on the season, her 12th point. The junior from Orchard Park, New York, is a furious goal scorer. And then Utsalar's shot. And so the Eagles, not even 6 minutes into this one, find themselves in a hole. Besides that goal, they played well in those first 6 minutes. Ahead in the faceoffs, got some nice shots on goal, but again, this St. Anselm team, they can just come at you in waves. captain McCaffrey dumps it behind the net. A 6-0 Eagles in the faceoffs. St. Anselm have won the past 2 faceoffs. As this one will go into the neutral zone. Curry out of the pack, the sophomore, leading the break for the Eagles. Almost had a poke from behind. Nice defense there by Juliana Herman. The Eagles control it. A bad pass there. Goes back out to Webster. Her pass intercepted. Oh, that's a nice move. Just wide left of the net. It was Audrey Jackson, the junior, with a nice drag there. Now here's Savannah Popick leading the break. Leaves it. Tulchinsky. Tulchinsky will head out. Tyra Anderson in her spot, the freshman. Now Kubicek in the neutral zone. Hartnell pass to the far side boards. This Hawks team, they move the puck so well to each other. Ooh. And that pass from, or that dump attempt from Desai hit a Hawk in their bench. So the clock stops at 11:19 here in the first period. Be a face-off at center ice. Rose to take it for the Eagles. Donovan to take it for the Hawks. Stagman taps it to Maddie Russler. Donovan looking to start the break. Dumps it behind the net. 3 block shots for the Eagles, 0 for the Hawks. As there's a shot on net, they'll rebound. Kevikas over to Devlin. Nice defense there from Maddie Russler. And Tulo takes it, dumps it, and she'll sub out. Schneiderhan back in. Also Donovan coming out. Anderson back in on the Hawk side. Or excuse me, that's McCaffrey who's back in, the captain. Coming up on the midway point here in the first period. 1-0 Hawks. If you're just tuning in, it was Grace Donovan that put it into the back of the net for her 11th goal of the season and her 12th point. Under 10 to play here in the first period. Van Den Utelar back in along with Brooke Larson. Nice interception. Farberman has it poked away by Schneiderhan. 2-on-1, or 1-on-2, I should say. Schneiderhan takes it to the corner, towards the middle. As Herman keeps it in. (9-4) in shots on goal, Hawks. 7-3 in the faceoffs, Eagles. 9 minutes to play here in the first period. Curry the Eagles try and settle it down in their attacking zone, it's just brought right back out as Hawks team provides sensational pressure on the defensive end. And they don't let you get comfortable whatsoever. There's a shot blocked by Stagman. Claire Weber trying to take it. Tough angle there by, that was number 19 for the Eagles. Grom loves taking those tough angles. As we'll get a stoppage at play here with 8:08 to play in the first period. Some substitutions coming in here for St. Anselm. Brenna Martin and Maddie Russler back in. The two starting defensemen. 7-3 Eagles in the faceoffs. Here is the 11th of the game. I believe that is Peterson for, no, that is Wysocki for the Eagles. It is won by St. Anselm. Race down on the other end. Kubicek trailing Martin. A nice hit there by Wysocki. She's known for that. Julia Wysocki, a very aggressive player. As Hartnell looking to run the break, has Anderson to her right. Anderson, the wrist shot. Glove saved by Glassrud. That was Glassrud's 10th save here in the first period. Save percentage of 90.9 for Glassrud. 10 saves, 1 goal allowed. 6 saves for Stagman. Goes back out to Russler. She needs to clear it out. That went into the neutral zone. We'll go all the way back. Martin retrieves it. Goes right back to Russler. You can tell that they have such great chemistry, Martin and Russler. As we'll get a wrist shot. Nearly went in. The rebound, no. And we will get a penalty. The first one in the game. And it will go against the Eagles. They get Casey Van Den Utelar for the whistle. And the first power play of the game will go to St. Anselm. Didn't see what Van Den Utelar got called for. Curry back in, as well as Grom. Grom will take the face-off against Tulchinski. So 5-on-4 here for the Hawks for the next 2 minutes. Schneiderhan, Martin at the left circle, back up top. Schneiderhan playing catch here with Martin. Her shot saved by Glassrud. Her 13th save here in the first period. Grace Glassrud has had to work here in this first period. Courtney Stagman not so much, skating around her crease. Stagman still at 6 saves with 0 goals allowed. Tulchinski and Grom to take the face-off. St. Anselm starting to get a groove on the face-offs. They just won their 7th. Now it's 7-7 in the face-off categories. 14 shots on goal for the Hawks, 6 for the Eagles. Martin shares it, gets it right back. Tulchinski, Martin. Back to number 23. Nice defense there by Danny Emmons. Tulchinski making everyone miss. Couldn't cash in there on the shot. Now Martin in the corner, now behind the net. Thought about the wraparound move there for a second, but didn't have a clean look. Schneiderhan. Martin, slap shot. Some pushing and shoving right after the play. Sejal Desai involved there. .54 remaining here in the first period. Will we see anyone go into the penalty box there? The officials converging and discussing. No, no one going in the penalty box. Van Den Huntelaar still in there. And the officials are going to converge right there at center ice near the far side boards, talking over the brouhaha that just transpired. And 16 shots on goal for the Hawks, 6 for the Eagles. And we are going to step aside here for 30 seconds. Both teams moving away from their benches, and we'll have a face-off on the far side in the neutral zone. 17 shots on goal for St. Anselm, 6 for Post. Again, Post 0-23 all time against St. Anselm. Winless. Huge storyline coming into this one. If you're just tuning in, Grace Donovan has the lone goal for St. Anselm to put them up 1-0 here in the first period. Back up top to Popick. Now Russler. Popick. Puck hopping around here into the 6 of the Eagles, and the dump. 30 seconds remaining here on the Hawks power play. 5:15 remaining in the first 20 minutes. Quick rush. There's Weber trying to split defenders there. Jackson. Russler. Weber right behind the net. Pass in front. Nice deflection there by Glassroot, and the Eagles clear it out. 3-2-1, back to a 5-on-5 here. Van Den Huntelaar out of the penalty box. Nice power play kill there by the Eagles. Wysocki tries to get around her defender. Puck at a standstill behind the Hawks net. Under 4.5 to play here in the first period. Who will come out with it? The official getting set to blow the whistle. Puck is still loose, and we get the whistle blown with 4:15 to play here in the first period. This first period has flown by, and it has been all St. Anselm. With 17 shots on goal, 1 getting into the back of the net, and only 6 for the Eagles. Grace Glassroot already with 17 saves. There's a nice shot. Wysocki couldn't cash in. Nice deflection there by Stagman. A 2-versus-7 matchup here in the Newha. The season ended today. Again, this is including today, 10 games remain for the Eagles in the 23-24 regular season. The season ended today. These two teams would match up in the first round of the playoffs. The Hawks, the 2 seed, the Eagles, the 7 seed. 3.5 to play here in the first period. Charging in is Farberman. Couldn't get her stick on the puck. Donovan, Tulo takes it to the left circle. Pass in front. deflected by an Eagle. Puck in front of the net, and the Eagles look to clear it out, but too low with the theft. Now Peterson with the theft, and she couldn't break it away there. Nice takeaway by Ella Ridge, number 2 in blue. As the clock will stop at 3:05 here in the first period. Someone lost their stick on the Eagles side, I believe. Jody Rose back in, along with Devlin, Desai, Pitter, and Riley Patfield. That's the 5 on the ice here for the Eagles. Rustler, Tulchinsky, Martin, Weber, and Jackson, the 5 on the ice. And we are going to get a penalty. Claire Weber, I believe, with the high stick. So first power play here for the Eagles. Claire Weber, the senior from Marshfield, Massachusetts, in the penalty box for the next 2 minutes. Curry, huge opportunity here for the Eagles, winding down the first period. It goes behind the net. Grom. Back up top to Sai. Wrist shot. Wide right. And Rustler trying to get it moved into the neutral zone. She retreats. Nice defense there by Curry. Taken away by Noonan. Leaves it for Curry. Grom. Back to the blue line. That's behind the net. Nice deflection there by Martin. 80 seconds remaining on the Eagles' power play. Puck will go all the way down the ice. Oh, big hit. Angeline Pitter put Schneiderhan on the ice. And Schneiderhan will need a second to come off. As Abigail Blair in her spot. Blair wears number 20. Tulchinsky, Ridge. Tulchinsky the takeaway, and she couldn't find Blair. 40 seconds remaining here on the Eagles' 5-on-4. Moved up the ice, Wysocki in the neutral zone on the far side. Tries to dump it, catches it, shares it. Puck in front of the net. 20 seconds remaining here on the Eagles' 5-on-4 with 75 seconds remaining in the period. Ammons will retrieve it. Wysocki. Pass in front. Intercepted there by Popick. Got her stick on it. 3, 2, 1. And we are back to a 5-on-5. Under a minute to play here in the first period. Nice hit there by Ridge. Someone's stick got knocked in half. That was Ridge. She is moving around with no stick. She needs one. And she'll come out. 30 seconds to play here in the first period. If you are just tuning in, it was Grace Donovan that got the goal for St. Anselm to put them up 1-0 here in the first period. Tulchinsky looking to add to it. What a save! And they can't cash in and hit the side of the post. Grace Glassrud, yeah, she has let in a goal here in this first period, but what a first period. 18 saves for the senior. 5-4-3, Herman to beat the buzzer. Glove saved by Glassrud. And that will do it for the first period. Or no, my apologies. We got 4/10 of a second remaining. So we'll have a face-off here to end this first period. Don't know if it's enough time for St. Anselm to get a shot off if they win the face-off. And now we are done with the first period. St. Anselm 1, Post 0 at the end of the first 20 minutes. Eagles 0-23 all the time versus St. Anselm. They have 40 minutes to try and get their first win in program history over the Hawks. We'll be back after the first period intermission. You are watching Newha Hockey, and it's presented by TNN here in Shelton.
walking the path of integrity, forever embracing a life in balance, standing tall and confident, leaders in the classroom, community, and field of play, with clear vision and a full heart, looking to the future, devoted to the student athlete, representing the Northeast. Diverse in composition, united by our values, determined by nature, uncompromised by choice. We are the NE10.
Oh, yeah. Test, 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 test. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. For fuzzy sound, test, test, test. We'll be back shortly during the intermission. First intermission is over, and we are getting set for the start of the second period here between the Eagles and the Hawks. Hawks lead at 1-0. Grace Donovan put one in the back of the net. That was unassisted, her 11th goal of the year. Griffin Cass on hand. So glad you could tune in here on this Friday afternoon in Shelton, Connecticut at the Sports Center of Connecticut. The 24th all-time matchup between the Hawks and the Eagles. The Eagles 0-23 all-time. They'll be moving from left to right to begin this second period. They win the face-off, and the second period is underway. And St. Anselm, the number 2 seed in the NUHA, at 13-4-1 in conference. Eagles 6-12 in conference, the 7th seed. Here's a slap shot. Glassroot had 19 saves in that first period. This is the third matchup this season against the Hawks and the Eagles. The first two came on November 3rd and the 4th, where the Eagles were outscored in both of those games 6-1. They lost the first one 3-1 and then the second one 3-0. And including this game, 10 games remain in the 23-24 regular season here for the Eagles. Nice sleeve there by Glassroot. A little over a minute gone here in the second period. Grace Glassroot has had such a fantastic performance here. Been so active, very busy has the captain been. The senior from Delano, Minnesota. And she did allow one to go into the back of the net, but other than that, she has been pristine here in this game. And Griffin Cass on hand. So glad you could tune in here on this Friday afternoon. This presentation of NUHA Women's Ice Hockey presented by your friends here at the Nest Network. Weber, wrist shot, blocked. Brooke Larson. Eagles coming off of 2 victories against St. Michael's on January 12th and January 13th. Nice block there by Holly Kubicek. Eagles have been blocking a lot of shots. That's their 5th block here in this one. Nice poke. Pass towards the middle, broken up. And a major theme in that first period was the inability for the Eagles to really settle it down in the attacking zone. And this St. Anselm team is really good. They provide an immense amount of pressure. There's a shot! Deflected there by the freshman Courtney Stagman, who wasn't all that busy in the first period. Made 6 saves, allowing 0 in the back of the net. And now here's a break. Blair, shots, rebound, no. Another beautiful save by Glassroot. Hawks annihilating the Eagles in the shots on goal category, 24-8. 11 face-offs, 1 for the Hawks, 10 for the Eagles. Ridge, a shot, the rebound. Glassroot couldn't find it for a second. Luckily, it didn't have too much velocity there, as Devlin dumps it. Pitter and Desai back in. The defenders here for the Eagles on the ice. Nearly 4 minutes gone here in the second period. Nice wrist shot, deflected there by Stagman. And now the quick outlet. Donovan denied by Desai. A nice check there by Sagel. Eagles are head coached by Gretchen Silverman in her second season. Desai, wrist shots, off left. Too low in the neutral zone. Gets around her defender, pass in front. Nearly the second goal put in the back of the net for the Hawks. Eagles catch a break there. What a beautiful setup there by Tulo. Four and a half gone here in the second period. Schneiderhan denied. Pass in front. Martin has it, shares it to Rustler. Blocked by Pitter. 5 minutes gone here in the second period. Both teams have had a power play in that first period. Hartnell gets it back, shares it, and Schneiderhan is off left on the wrist shot. It'll go back into the neutral zone. Herman retreats, cuts it back, shares it. Tulchinski, who leads the Nuha in points at 26. And the sophomore Curry trying to battle for it. It will go all the way here to the near side boards. Noonan, who has been quiet here, leads the Eagles in points. And we are going to get a penalty, a trip called on St. Anselm. Huge break for the Eagles there. They needed that one with 14:06 to play in the second period. And Natalie Tulchinski in the penalty box for the next 2 minutes. Not only do the Eagles get a power play, but they also get Natalie Tulchinski out of the game for the next 2 minutes. So huge power play here for the Eagles. You gotta create something here in the next 2 minutes. Be a face-off in their attacking zone, and the puck needs to stay in this zone for the next 2 minutes. Can't stress that enough. Behind the net. Again, the Eagles have never beaten the Hawks in program history, 0-23 all time. Our main storyline that we are following throughout this game. Ammons makes a defender miss. The wrist shot, it goes in! Eagles find the equalizer. Eagles get the equalizer, and we have a brand new game. 1-1. Our play couldn't have come at a more crucial time for the Eagles. They capitalize on it. Donovan. The goal is awarded to Macy Peterson. Off of the rebound, Danny Ammons put a beautiful shot on net, and Peterson was right there for the follow. Peterson's third goal of the season, her 6 points. And the Eagles are in business. Definitely came out with a different type of energy in this second period. And now a 2-on-1 developing. Grom shot blocked by Stagman. Tulchinski, a backhanded shot. And Glasser continues her sensational performance in that. That's her 27th save of the game. Tulchinski at the left circle. Blocked by Glassrud. Her 28th save of the game. Tulchinski crosses the blue line, leaves it for Weber. Her shot is vacuumed in by Glassrud. Thanks to Macy Peterson, the Eagles get their 27th goal of the season. And Patfield looks to get the break going. Rustler retrieves it. Rustler. Big hit there by Martin on Desai. The Hawks are not too fond of Sajal Desai here in this one. There was a big scuffle in that first period that Desai was involved in. Battling here in the right corner. Big hit. And we are going to get a penalty called on the Eagles. They get Desai. Didn't see what transpired there. So Desai in the penalty box for the next 2 minutes. Big opportunity here for the Hawks to capitalize on it in a 1-1 game, 10:39 to play here in the second period. The second power play here for the Hawks. Martin, blue line, shares it, gets it back. Wrist shot, deflected by Glassrud. So crucial here for the Eagles to kill this power play with effectiveness. St. Anselm on the attack with some urgency. Schneiderhan towards the middle, thought about it, now gets it towards the middle. Martin vacuumed in by Glassrud. Grace Glassrud with her 30th save of the game to Stagman's 10. Glassrud has clearly won the goaltending battle here in this one. Both the goaltenders have allowed one into the back of the nets. Stagman with a 90.9 save percentage. Glassrud with a 96.8 save percentage. 80 seconds remaining here on the Hawks power play, under the 10-minute mark here in the second period. Eagles looking for their first victory against St. Anselm all time. That shot by Jackson is off left. Hawks settle it down in their attacking zone. Popick gets it back. Wrist shot blocked by Peterson, and she clears it. Coming up on 50 seconds remaining here in the Hawks power play. Grom is backed in. It'll be Weber trying to split defenders. Shares it behind the net. McCaffrey, Popick, wrist shot, deflected by Glassrud. Under 30 seconds remaining here on the 5-on-4. Popick. Pass inside. It is broken up by Rose. 15 seconds remaining here on the power play. And what a power play kill here by the Eagles. Back to a 5-on-5. Hannah Luckman is in. Puck at a halt on the far side boards. Now it's loose. Grom ahead to Luckman. Numbers developing here for the Eagles. Luckman, Grom, shot a little high. 8:15 remaining here in the second period. Merritt, wrist shot. Saved by Glassrud, her 32nd of the game. 8:09 remaining here in the second period. And we are going to take a breather. We'll step aside here in Shelton. Back out of the timeout, 15-11, St. Anselm in the faceoffs. Wysocki to take it for the Eagles. And Anderson to take it for St. Anselm. Anderson wins it. 8 minutes to play here in the second period. If you are just tuning in, Eagles with a huge second period thus far. It was Macy Peterson off the rebound by Danny Emmons, getting it into the back of the net for the equalizer. And that's where we stand at 1-1. The lone goal for the Hawks was by Grace Donovan, number 10 in blue. And Wysocki with the theft momentarily taken right back by the Hawks. 33 shots on goal for the Hawks, 11 for the Eagles. Total shots, St. Anselm 46, post 16. Substitutions in for the Hawks. Puck in the neutral zone, 7 minutes to play here in the second period. Wysocki shares it. It's intercepted by Russler. Weber with a mini 2-on-1. Blocked by Glassrud. Grace Glassrud continuing her impeccable performance here on this Friday afternoon in Shelton. 97% on the save percentage for Glassrud. .33 saves. Excuse me, 97.1%. And for Courtney Stagman, 91.7%. She's made 11 saves. Eagles are blocking a lot of shots too. 8-1 in that category. Here is Blair. Wrist shot blocked. Desai. 9 block shots now for the Eagles. 6:09 to play here in the second period. Both teams have had 2 power plays each. 4 minutes spent in the penalty box for each teams. The Eagles have 1 power play goal. Their lone goal came on that power play. The Hawks with 0 power play goals. Under 6 to play here in the second period. Schneiderhan looking to run the break. Oh, what a move! One-on-one with Glassfood! And she connects. Brooklyn Schneiderhan with a highlight. And the Hawks regain a 2-1 lead with 5:18 to play here in the second period. Tough break for Glassfood. Schneiderhan with her 11th goal of the season, her 20th point, and the Hawks regain a 1-goal lead. Curry, shot off right, coming up on 5 to play here in the second period. Brooklyn Schneiderhan with one of the sauciest goals she's had all season. Again, her 11th of the year. As there's a shot in front. So the way that the Eagles started this second period is the way they are going to have to end it, chasing 1 goal. They've shown that they can get one into the back of the net against this Hawks team, who is the number 2 seed in the Uha. Pass in front. Curry. Pass ahead to Noonan, and she dumps it. Webster and Ammons check out. Larson and Van Den Utelar check in. 4:15 to play in this second period. Oh, what a nice move, blocked by Glassfood. Glassfood's save percentage now down to 94.4. She's made 34 saves, allowed 2 in the back of the nets. Here's a nice opportunity for the Eagles, and Stagman was all over it off the pass there. A golden opportunity for the Eagles. They can't cash in. Stagman read that like a book. Three and a half to play here in the second period. Luckman. 35 shots on goal for St. Anselm, connected on 2 of them. 36 for St. Anselm and 14 for the Eagles. Shots on goal. 2-1 Hawks. As Patfield goes into the nets, we're going to get a whistle. It'll be a penalty. Power play here for the Eagles. They get Martin for the cross check there, I believe. So Eagles with their 3rd power play. They were able to get a goal out of their last one. Let's see what they do here. 3:06 remaining in the second period. 2 minutes for the 5-on-4 for the Eagles. And again, like I said on the previous power play, you need to keep it on this side of the ice. You can't afford to let the Hawks move it down the other side. Shots on goal are a necessity here. So you can see the Eagles understand the urgency. Desai off the rebound. It was deflected. Tulchinski making defenders miss, turns the corner on the right side. How does she still have the puck? And it's blocked by Glassfood. 1:05 remaining here on the Eagles power play. Desai at the right circle, looks to turn the corner. And it's vacuumed in by Stagman. Nice look there by Desai. 2:02 remaining here in the second period. 56 seconds remaining on the Eagles power play, their 3rd of the game. Wysocki versus McCaffrey here on the faceoff. St. Anselm 17 faceoffs won, the Eagles 14 faceoffs won. That is the 18th faceoff won by the Hawks. The Eagles started the game 6-0 on the faceoffs. And St. Anselm centers have really dialed in that category. 35 seconds remaining on the Eagles' 5-on-4. 100 seconds remaining in the period. Peterson has it taken away. And this one will go all the way behind the Eagles' net. 15 seconds remaining on the power play. A nice power play kill here thus far by St. Anselm. And there is 5 seconds remaining on it. So a sensational job killing the power play there by the Hawks. Back to a 5-on-5. And it is Jackson. Wrist shot. Hit the top of the goal and then went out of play with 55.5 remaining here in the second period. 38 shot on goal there by St. Anselm to Post's 18. We'll have our 33rd face-off of the game. St. Anselm 18, Post 14 in the face-off categories. Tulchinski versus Rose. Tulchinski wins it. Blocked there by Desai. 50 seconds remaining here in the second. Eagles look to run it. Patfield dumps it, and it will go behind Stagman. Pass in front. Blocked by Stagman. Rose had a point-blank look. 30 seconds remaining here in the second. And we are going to get a whistle penalty. Who's that going on? It was Patfield and Ridge. So they are going to get Ridge for the penalty. They get her for roughing. So this power play will extend into the beginning of the third period as there is 28.1 seconds remaining here in the second. The Eagles get their fourth power play of the game. 5-on-4 here for the remainder of the second period, and then that will extend into the beginning of the third period. And Eagles have never beaten the Hawks in program history. And we get a whistle. Didn't see what just transpired there. Did the puck go out of play? Clock stopped at 13.2 here in the second period. We'll get a face-off in the right circle. Grom versus Tulchinski. Face-off won by Tulchinski. Puck goes out to Desai. Grom deflected by Stagman. 3, 2, 1, and that takes us to the end of the second period. What an eventful second period. 2 goals in total. Peterson got one in for the Eagles. And Schneiderhan got one in for the Hawks. The Hawks take a 2-1 lead heading into the third period. Stay with us here in Shelton. Don't go anywhere. We got an exciting finish on tap for you. The second intermission is nearing its conclusion, and we are getting set for the third and final period between the Hawks and the Eagles. Griffin Cass on hand. Glad you could be with us here at the Sports Center of Connecticut in Shelton. One team trying to protect its lead. That is the Hawks leading 2-1. And the Eagles trying to find yet another equalizer. Correction on the Eagles' lone goal. We thought it was Macy Peterson, but it turns out to be Julia Wysocki that was able to get the rebound there off the Danny Ammon shot. So now that is Wysocki's 5th goal of the season. She leads the team now in goals. So here we go. Grace Glasser with 36 saves. Courtney Stagman with 20 saves. Eagles starting this third period with a 5-on-4. It is Ella Ridge in the penalty box. She has 2 minutes for roughing. There is 80 seconds remaining on the Eagles' 5-on-4 as Desai hits Rustler to the ground. Now Curry falls to the ice as well. The Eagles have never beaten the Hawks in program history, 0-23 all time. This is the third matchup of the season between these two squads, a 2 versus 7 seed matchup here in the New Ha. The Hawks a 2 seed at 13-4-1 in conference. The Eagles the 7 seed at 6-12 in conference. 45 seconds remaining on the power play. That Julia Wysocki goal came on the Eagles' second power play of the game. This is their 4th power play of the game. And 38 shots on goal for St. Anselm, 21 for post. After this game, only 9 games remain here in the 23-24 regular season for your Eagles. Hard to believe. 10 seconds remaining on the power play. At the blue line, it's Van Den Utselaar. Nice power play kill here to open up this third and final period by the Hawks. It's Wysocki behind the nets. Peterson, Van Den Utselaar, wrist shot blocked. Popik blocked that shot. Weber, Tulchinski ahead. Anderson, a 2-on-2 here. Nice drag move. Couldn't tell if that was a pass or a shot. Either way, it is wide left, and now McKevikas out of the pack with Peterson. 2-on-2 here. A little over 2 minutes gone here in the third and final period. It'll be Rustler to move it into the neutral zone. Tulchinski gets it. Nice passing here. Shot wide left. The nice tap by Peterson. Ahead of the pack, it's Patfield, but a nice close there. That was Martin closing in hard. Now here's Jackson. And we'll get an offsides called on the Hawks. Grace Donovan offsides there. Face off the neutral zone here. Donovan to take it for St. Anselm. Grom will take it for the Eagles. And St. Anselm wins that face-off, their 21st face-off won here in the game to the Eagles 16. Coming up on 3 minutes played here in the third and final period. These two teams will do battle here tomorrow afternoon at 2:45 right here in Shelton. Juliana Herman makes Kubicek miss, and Kubicek regains it. Now Larson, Van Den Utselaar, up the near side boards. Kubicek the tap, Luckman at the left circle, takes it behind the net. Looking for someone in the middle, no one is there. Schneiderhan who has goal here in this one. Taps it to the captain, McCaffrey. Offsides on St. Anselm. 21 face-offs won for the Hawks, 16 for the Eagles. Peterson will take it for the Eagles. McCaffrey will take it for the Hawks. Four and a half played here in the third and final period. Eagles looking for that equalizer. With 22 shots on goal, they've put in one. That was Julia Wysocki with her 5th goal of the season. She now leads the Eagles in goals. Tuolczynski, who leads the conference in points at 26. Jackson hits the brakes, shares it. Russler, a wrist shot was blocked. And now Ammons up the near side boards. Tuolczynski. Right circle, takes it to the middle. Couldn't get a shot off there. Nice defense by the Eagles. It'll go back to Tuolczynski. Nice pass in front. Intercepted momentarily there by the Eagles. Needs to clear it out. Not able to do so. Puck in front of the nets. And now it goes behind the goal. Hawks still able to retain it in their attacking zone. And now it goes into the neutral zone. They need to clear out. Martin. .50 remaining here in regulation. Noonan searching for the puck. It'll go all the way back to Glassroot, and she will vacuum it in with 13:40 to play in regulation. Glassroot with a save percentage on the season of 91.9. She is at 95.1 here today. 39 saves, 2 goals allowed for the senior from Delano, Minnesota. Kuipers has it. Tough angle there. Looks like she made it harder on herself there as Glassroot gets her 40th save of the game to get that shot off. As she cut it back to the middle, she would have had a much easier look. As Kubicek, Luckman, and Wysocki back in. Wysocki will take the face-off for the Eagles. It is won by the Hawks. There's a shot by Donovan off right. Nice block there by Kubicek. Donovan behind the net. We get an icing there on Brooke Larson. It's coming back with 12:59 remaining in regulation. If you're just tuning in, Grace Donovan and Brooklyn Schneiderhan with 2 goals for the Hawks. Donovan's came in the first period. Schneiderhan's came in the second period. As this one's in front of the nets. Dangerous play there. Popick keeps it in the attacking zone. At the left circle, nice pass out of the reach of Ridge, however. And now the Eagles will move it into the neutral zone. then Utsalar puts it up to Ammons. Now Wysocki down the middle of the ice. Leaves it. Patfield. No, that's Mikevicius that had it taken away. Schneiderhan tried to split the defense there. The theft by Ammons. The wrist shot is off left. Eight minutes played here in the third. Eagles still looking for that equalizer. 2-1 Hawks. 42 shots on goal for the Hawks, 22 for the Eagles. As it'll go behind the net. Popick will settle it down. Shares it. Schneiderhan. There's a shot. Wide right by Desai. A good look. The Eagles need to accumulate more of those. Situation has not become dire yet, but give it a few minutes, and the Eagles will need to provide a lot of pressure, a lot of urgency. They've had a great pep to their step, and they are going to get Desai for the hit in the back there. And the official was right there to see it. A costly power play here for the Eagles. With 11:17 to play in regulation, it'll be Sejal Desai heading to the penalty box in the third power play now for the Hawks. Yeah, we saw that hit develop right there. The official was right there to call the whistle. Grom and McCaffrey to take the face-off in the left circle. Won by Grom. That was Tulchinski that was in the face-off for the Hawks, not McCaffrey. 1:50 remaining here on the St. Anselm power play. They can really put this game away here with a power play goal. They haven't been able to capitalize on a power play goal, even though they've had two here in the game, 2 goals. But none coming on a power play. Their third power play of the game. Huge 90 seconds ahead for the Eagles to kill this power play to keep them afloat here in this one. Still plenty of time left coming up on the midway point here. The third period. That's a nice slap shot by Schneiderhan, but it is off the mark. And the nice clear out by the Eagles. They will sub out a line here. 65 seconds remaining on the Hawks power play. Martin looks to move it up the near side boards. Rose hits it back up into the neutral zone. Physical play there between Peterson and Schneiderhan. Rose getting involved. Noonan tracking it down. It goes to the captain now. Back to Martin. McCaffrey. Nice puck movement here by the Hawks. The dump. 30 seconds remaining here on the Hawks power play. Nice power play kill here thus far by the Eagles in the first 90 seconds of it. The Hawks perusing the defense here. It's a Popick wrist shot off right. Glassrud trying to hold on to it, and she's able to do so with 9:27 to play here in the third. 11 seconds remaining here on the Hawks power play. Curry, Grom, Ammons, Van Den Utsalar back into the game now for the Eagles. Grom to take it against McCaffrey on the faceoff. 23-19 faceoffs won here by the Hawks. 20th faceoff won there by the Eagles. 23-20. Power play is over. Back to a 5-on-5. Noonan is back on the ice. Excellent power play kill there by the Eagles. Chasing one goal, trailing 2-1 here in this one. Coming up on 9 minutes to play in regulation. Eagles looking for their first win against the Hawks in program history. 0-23 all time coming here into this one. If they are not able to get the equalizer here to tie it up and try and win this one, they will have another crack at it tomorrow right here in Shelton. Puck will drop at 2:45 p.m. in the fourth and final matchup between the Hawks and the Eagles in the 23-24 campaign. Shot on net, deflected. Curry trying to clear it out. And the Eagles able to do so with Wysocki. Dumps it. Stagman taps it. Dangerous pass there. Kubicek couldn't get her stick on it. Now it's behind the nets. Blair got tripped up there. The Hawks bench wanted a penalty for tripping. They don't get it. 7:40 to play here in the third. The save by Glassrud, and very interesting to see here as we are going to take a timeout. Very interested to see if when Gretchen Silverman will pull Glassrud out of the net. 7:40 to play here in regulation. It's the Hawks 2, the Eagles 1. Out of the Gretchen Silverman timeout. 42 saves here for Grace Glassrud, a save percentage of 95.5, and she makes her 43rd right on cue there. And right before the timeout, I was alluding to the fact that it's very interesting to see when Gretchen Silverman will decide to pull Glassrud here. Eagles chasing one goal, down 2-1 here. Nice move there by Popik, and it goes into the back of the nets. Savannah Popik with her 4th goal of the season. And it gives the Hawks a commanding 3-1 lead with 7:29 remaining in regulation. Popik, a Connecticut native from South Windsor, a senior, huge goal to widen the gap here for the Hawks, as Glassrud will fall on it for her 44th save of the game. A deflating goal there by Savannah Popik. That gets her 13th point of the season. And now the Eagles are looking for 2 goals in the next 7 minutes and 20 seconds. The way that the Eagles have fought here today, I wouldn't count them out just yet. Still time left here in this one, coming up on 7 minutes to play. But they are going up against a fierce and really good Hawks team that have only lost 4 games in conference this season. Trying to improve that away record at 4-8. They play a lot better at home. 9-1-1 at home, 4-8 on the road. But a balanced, all-around, really good road performance here today. Martin's shot blocked by Glassrud. And the clear out by the Eagles. Russler takes it in, shoots it, deflected by Glassrud. Glassrud with a save percentage now of 93.5. Excuse me, 93.8 with 45 goals, 45 saves, pardon me, 3 goals allowed. As this one's taken in, and it goes. Natalie Tulchinski, who was probing for a goal all game, gets her first of the game, and now the leading point getter in the NUHA Conference is up to 27 points on the year. And that should do it. Don't want to say that too yet with 6 minutes left, but back-to-back goals for the Hawks puts them in a really good position with 6 minutes to play in regulation. And the Hawks kind of pouring it on here. Never want to say never, but this Hawks team starting to impose their will here in the third period. But a hard-fought battle here by the Eagles all game long. Have taken their foot off the gas pedal just a little bit here in this late third period, but you know, they fought very well here today. Glasser with a save percentage of 92% now with 46 saves, 4 goals allowed. Luckman with the tap. Grom the shot. Excuse me, that was Mikevicius with the shot and the save by Stagman. Stagman with her 22nd save of the game. And 1 goal allowed. It was Glasser throughout the whole way, really, that was out-dueling Stagman, but now it's safe to say that Courtney Stagman has won the goaltending battle here thus far with 5 minutes to play in regulation. Eagles chasing 3 goals with not a whole lot of time left. And we'll get another crack at these Hawks tomorrow at 2:45. That's the schedule. That's what puck drop is scheduled for. And a 2-on-1 developing here. Hartnell, the shot blocked by Glassrud. Kept alive here by Larson. Under 4 minutes to play here in regulation. Winding things down here in Shelton on this chilly Friday afternoon in the middle of January. After this game, 9 games remain for the Eagles on the year. Taking a look at the road ahead for your Eagles. They got St. Anselm tomorrow at 2:45. Then they have that 2-game set next weekend against Franklin Pierce. And then the weekend after that, Assumption University. February 9th, February 10th, LIU. And then to close it out on February 16th and 17th, they will have that 2-game set against the Sacred Heart Pioneers. So that is what the road ahead looks like for the Eagles. Clock stopped at 3:18 here in the third. And for St. Anselm, after tomorrow, they got LIU next weekend at home. Then a 2-game set with Franklin Pierce on February 2nd and the 3rd. February 9th and the 10th at St. Michael's. And then they end the season at Stonehill on the 16th. And then they have their senior day on February 17th to end the 23-24 regular season. With the likely loss here today, the Eagles won't fall behind. I mean, they are going to stay in that 7th spot here in the NUHA. St. Michael's 0-18 in conference on the year, 0-24 overall. As Curry's shot is deflected there by Stagman. As St. Michael's, it's been a struggle for them all year, still searching for that first win of the year here in the middle of January. 2:20 to play here in regulation. Eagles are likely going to continue to be winless against the Hawks all time. With a loss here today, they will drop to 0-24 all time against St. Anselm. Just recapping the individual statistics here today. For the Hawks, 4 different players scored a goal. Savannah Popick, Grace Donovan, Natalie Tulchinski, pardon me, Brooklyn Schneiderhan, pardon me. A little bit of a tongue twister. And for the Eagles, Julia Wysocki got the lone goal. Danny Ammons was awarded with the assist. And that made it 1-1, and then 3 consecutive goals here by the Hawks have really put it out of reach here for the Eagles. 1:25 to play in regulation. So the Eagles are going to drop to 6-19 overall, 6-13 in conference. Again, they will get another crack here at the Hawks tomorrow at 2:45. And for St. Anselm, they will advance to 14-9-1 overall, 14-4-1 in conference. Under a minute to play here in regulation. Clock stopped at 50.1 seconds remaining here in the third. This is a St. Anselm team that is looking for a new conference championship this season. Again, 8 different players with double-digit point totals on the season. Natalie Tulchinski got her 27th point here today. Leads the conference in points by a lot. Again, 3 of the top 5 point getters in the NUHA. 3 of them, again, belong to the Hawks. So final 10 seconds here to play in Shelton. These two teams will see each other tomorrow at 2:45. And that will do it. Final score, Hawks 4, Eagles 1. This presentation of NUHA Women's Ice Hockey has been presented by the Nest Network. Have a great rest of your day. Signing off from Shelton, Connecticut, I'm Griffin Cass.